Good evening, everyone. It's me, Andrew, back from a well-needed break from the Formula One game, and today we are here in Azerbaijan, sunny Azerbaijan, for the third round of the IRL season. Of course, I'd taken a bit of a break from this game, but we are back now, and hopefully better than ever. But I'm here with some commentary. I'm here by myself today. 10 drivers in contention for the race today. So means equal opportunity for everyone to score points here as long as they can avoid the DNFs. Some good points on the table here, hopefully. Let's get these data and stuff set up. Give me one moment now to get everything figured out. Yellow flag, sector 2. I don't think that's anything. Maybe there's a lockup from what it looks like to be one of the Ferrari drivers. Let's go give that a look. I don't know if it was, I think it would have been U60. He now begins his lap. I think he might be one of the first people on the track. Actually, no, KMYT Kid is. He's had some connectivity issues, so hopefully he can get those fixed for this race. But U60 now going to start his lap here. Right now, I forget the camera buttons. Oh my goodness, big moment for U60 there on the first straight. I don't think he has any damage on that Ferrari, but hopefully not. If it is, it's just minor damage. Hit the camera buttons. What are the camera buttons? Does it C? It is C. E is the camera button. Okay, lovely. Oh yeah, we have U60 out now as he's probably going to slow down to I guess like wipe his pants, get the brown out of there, because that was a bit of a close moment for him as Forrester Wall is now, or Forrester Waif, sorry, is now on his lap as he's going to blow by U60. They're going to stay on board with him on his lap. Mercedes looks really, really good around here. He's throwing the car in. Purple Sector 1 so far for him. Looking really, really good out there so far. Dexter to come through with the first lap with a 41.2. A little bit of Mirzaki to come through with a 38.5. Insane lap from him. Great job to get a good lap on the board there. Forced away, still on his lap now, heading down towards the third sector. I don't even know what turn this is. Maybe turn 14. A great overtaking opportunity in the race. Of course, qualifying, not so much. You don't need to overtake anyone. Now, he prepares for the straight. He's got a lot of battery left in that tank, so you can see down at the bottom. So he's going to have so much deploy to use on this straight. Hopefully he can use that to improve his position. I don't know how his time is so far. It's looking pretty good so far, flat out through these two corners, and now he begins to deploy his battery, but he is almost out already as he only now hits the DRS detection point and is now going to make his way up to the line. The 39.1, great lap time from him. Going to put that P2. Next out on track is both Ferraris. U60 did invalidate hit the beginning of his lap. I wonder if he's going to pit or not. At the moment, it doesn't look like it, but Blitz going to get a nice slipstream from him on the back straight. Maybe not a near toe, but certainly a distant one helps always. But Blitz now goes to P3 with a 39.5. Great time from him. And now we're going to jump on board with U60 again, as hopefully he can do a little bit better than his last attempt out at qualifying, as he's now going to make his way up into turn 3. What can he do on this lap? Trying to beat a 38.5 is the best time so far this session, set by Mirzaki. 0.6 clear of everyone else at the moment, which is really, really good. So yeah, let's see what can U60 do. He's actually recently switched to a wheel from controller, so he might be able to improve. U60, Purple Sector 1 for him. So great so far from the Italian driver, driving for the Italian team. Amazing job so far from him. Now he's going to make his way to the trickiest part of the track, the castle section, the smallest width of piece of track on the entire calendar in F1. You can't even get two cars side by side through there. It's a little fun fact of information for you all. As he now makes his way down into turn 14, hard braking zone. Careful not to invalidate your lap. Very, very close to the wall. As he now makes his way down to the final real corner of this track. The last two, these don't really count coming up. They're just bends. Gets the power down. Lots of power left in the tank. Clipping the first curb. just going a little wide in the second corner, but here we go, sticking close to the wall. Make sure he gets as much as he can. The car's running a little low. Porpoising like crazy down this straight, and he is going to come through with a 40.4 great lap from U60, only about 2 seconds off the pace from Mirzaki, but that's all right. He may need to increase the ride height of that car a little bit, as he's experiencing a lot of scraping on every single straight. Sorry about that, everyone. I just got a text message that I had to answer. Yeah. So I haven't done this in a while. We're actually gonna hop on board now with Felix, as I think he's finishing his lap now. To come through with a 43. Not the most amazing lap from him, but I will say, is that Haas, it looks beautiful. I love the Japanese livery that they did last season. One of my favorites, at least. Also a really big fan of the Canadian livery, the Canadian GP livery. As a Canadian myself, I do love that. Actually, close behind now, we have Forrest Wave, as he starts his out lap, who we will actually hop on board with for this, the rest of this session, probably. Alright, sorry about that, everyone. There's not really much to talk about in qualifying. It's a little hard to do when you don't have multiple rounds. Actually, I looked down at Fall Bicycle. He's actually starting his lap in the beautiful vacuum cleaner that is the Kick Sauber, at least sound-wise. But now he's going to start his first lap here around the Azerbaijan circuit. And he looks pretty good so far. Making it through turn 1 now into turn 2. Let's see. Can he nail the braking point? A little bit deep, but carrying a good amount of speed through there. He's going to go up the straight now, deploying DRS, and hopefully not burning all of his batteries. He's going to need that for the final straight. And now, makes his way into the tricky end of Sector 1 into the tricky Sector 2, where Sector 3 is just a singular straight, so there isn't really much to worry about there. No purples, almost spinning for Fall Bicycle as he makes his way out of the chicane at the beginning of Sector 2. And now, a little bit deep again, still losing traction. It's hard to get the power down on those tires. He's almost going to hit the castle, but he makes it out, slipping and sliding everywhere. Almost no rear stability on that car. I don't know what's happening with Fall Bicycle here, but he's struggling out on circuit today. Now make his way down to turn 14. Big braking zone. Cannot afford to lock up here. Gets the power down. He's going to keep going. He's going to keep pushing. He's looking pretty good so far. A 16-1 of the fastest Sector 2, even after 2 mistakes getting on the power. This could be something here from him. Mirzaki going to improve to a 38-0. Great lap time from him. As now, we're going to stay on board with Fall Bicycle as he continues to put the power down and make his way up to the line. He's going to cut the beam with a 40.4, bring him to P5. Another great lap from him there. Great job. I do have a DM I need to answer really quick. Sorry about that, everyone. I'm back again now. So yeah, Fall Bicycle P5. Chunk, who we know to be a pretty good driver, he's actually going to start his lap. Let's hop on board with him. Last time I saw Chunk, he was in a McLaren. Now he's in a Red Bull. So let's see what he can do here around this beautiful circuit. The driver from the United States of America, as he's now making his way, deploying the DRS, making his way up into turn 3. Great drive from him. Fall Bicycle actually going to retire from the session as he bins it in the castle section. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get anything on that. I'm going to cut over to Waif to see if we can see the accident. No, the car's going to despawn beforehand, but look, must have been a big incident if he had binned it in the castle section. Unfortunate for him, but he's actually not going to be able to finish the session now. Hopping on board with Chonkito. He makes his way now into the same section where Fall Bicycle had just binned it. Hopefully he does not do the same here. Locking up. Oh my goodness, very close to the wall. We gotta get that graphic up that says super close. Cuts to like him just barely missing the wall. But great line through there as he's now gonna make his way down to turn 14. Chonkito needing 3 seconds to improve over Mirzaki here for pole position. And he's gonna have a big incident, big spin into the wall. And he is very lucky to get out of that without any damage on the car or without even just retiring from the session. He's very lucky there. Yeah, looking to be a little bit of damage. Waif also going to retire from the session. I don't know how though. Maybe we'll, I don't know if we're gonna even be able to see, but it looked like to be on the main straight. I don't actually know what happened. Did he crash in the pit lane? I wonder. Chonkito now gonna actually head back into the pits as I'm sure he has some damage on that Red Bull. Yeah, you can definitely tell there's some damage on that Red Bull, possibly rear wing, due to that collision with the wall. It was certainly not pretty. I do also see that, I don't know if that is Blitz, who is entering the pit lane. I do see U60, who is back out again. A 10th improved in his time. He's lagging a little bit, though. Glitching and bopping all over the track. He has a 10th up on his time. Did he save some more battery to maybe improve on the back straight? We'll see what he can do. U60 looking pretty decent out there today. Hitting a little tap of the wall. I don't know if that could be just network issues that might be on my end, that could be on his end, but he's now going to make his way up the line. Again, still scraping that floor the entire way up the straight. He's going to cut the beam with the 2/10 improvement, bring him to P5. Amazing lap from him. It's looking like Mirzaki and Coastal Waif are in a different fucking galaxy. Pardon my language, of course, but in a different galaxy. He's looking very strong here today. Possibly the favorite maybe to win this race. I was saying before the race that I have my chip in with Mr. Mirzaki here. I've known he's been quick in the past. I think his Wi-Fi has finally also fixed itself, so he might be able to score some good points here today with a win. I don't know if he has any other wins. Don't actually know how the season's been going, as I'm only just tapping back in. But let's have a look at the Twitch stream, because I've had it closed this entire time. I actually don't know if anyone is in the chat. Yeah, so now that I have the stream back open on my, I can actually see what people are saying, what people are doing in the chat. Like to just want the chat. I want. Can I get that open? Sorry, everyone. I don't really the commentary experience. It's Mirzaki now starting his lap. Let's see what he's going to be able to do here around Azerbaijan, land of fire. He's going to make his way now up to turn 3. The Red Bull still looking pretty quick. Both drivers looking pretty decent this weekend so far, apart from Chonkito's little incident he had into turn 14. Mirzaki pushing this car to the absolute limit as he now finishes Sector 1. Coming to the end of Sector 1. Purple Sector 1, he is almost a 10th up. U60 actually going to retire from the session. So will Mirzaki, actually, as he puts it in the wall. And he's going to reverse very unsafely on the circuit. I don't really know what happened there, but he has no front wing. Mirzaki's session is going to be over here. It seems like the only people left out are Blitz and KMYT Kid, who now actually begins his lap, as he's going to make his way down now into turn 2. He's going to run a little bit wide, almost hitting the wall there, but I'm actually going to hop on board with Blitz and see what he can do. Okay, and now here we are with SJZ Blitz, the Ferrari driver, here in as he now makes his way up, going towards turn 3, activating DRS now. We're going to quickly cut to KMYT Kid. As we were watching him first, Mirzaki actually now retired on track as well. I don't actually know what happened with him there. Or he retires in the pit lane, sorry, my apologies. As Mr. Ronquito also retires from the race, but now we're going to hop on board KMYT Kid. Is he going to be able to get an improvement here? Yes, he will. 3/10, enough to improve his time, but not his position. Now Blitz, the only man left who can snipe a time here, looking very, very quick so far. I don't actually know how much time he's up, but will he be able to do something? Will he be able to put in a masterful lap at the very end of the session here? No time left. 2 minutes remaining in the session, but that is only the extra time. He's now going to make his way down to the final corner edge as well. I don't know how he is doing so far. 115 split in Sector 3 is not bad at all. We're going to watch him as he's going to come across the line now in a few moments. Few seconds. Can Edge improve? That car running really low. You can hear it scraping the whole way down the back straight. And it looks like he's going to enter the pit lane. So we're going to hop on board with Blitz. Will Blitz be able to improve? Can he take the position away from Forrest away? No. 10th off of Forrest away from Mirzaki. A dominant qualifying session here, almost 5/10 ahead of anyone else here in this qualifying session. Looking like George Russell yesterday, maybe. This is going to be a very interesting race. Seems like it might be only a three-man fight here at the front between Mr. Mirzaki, Forrest away, and Blitz round off our top 3 here around the Land of Fire, Azerbaijan. Give everyone time to ready up now, and I will be back for the race start, everyone. So we'll be right back. Good. Hey everyone, we're back again now. As the lights start to go out here in Baku. Vibrant lights. And away we go here in Baku. Mirzaki gets a great start off the line. 10 drivers here, all to fight for here. Everyone gets points, no matter who. We're going to look down the field. Everyone makes it cleanly through turn 1. I don't see any debris in the background there. Good defense there from Dex on Chonk. As Mirzaki blitzes the field. And he's going to run away from everyone here, it seems, off rip here. Let's get a look at everyone's tires. It seems as though... Oh, yellow flag now, Sector 1. I don't know who exactly that is. It is KNYT Kid, who may have disconnected from the session. But we're going to hop back on board with Mirzaki now, as he is just blitzing the field 1 second away from everyone immediately. Just immediately on the pace. We're going to pop back now with Blitz, as he's close with Waif. Actually, Chonkito now. Chonkito going to get past Dex, and Dex going to have a little bit of a moment there on the exit of the chicane. He seems to be lagging around a little bit. That could be me, that could be him, but who knows. Chonkito now getting already close up to the back of U60. I didn't actually notice that U60 had a very, very good start there. Great job from him to get off the line with some good speed, almost going into the wall there. As he makes his way now. Actually, Edge hitting the bollard there on the on turn 14. It looks like Felix has fallen quite far down the pack. I'm not sure why. We're gonna have a look at his car, see if there's any damage anywhere. I don't see anything. So hopefully nothing too bad affecting his car there. We're gonna hop back on board now with U60. U60 Chonkito very close now as they're heading up to turn 1. They're actually going to go side by side now. Going to ride on board with U60. Chonkito against the wall. Going to try and make the move. Just not going to be able to make it stick. But he's still going to get the drive out of the turn. Going to hold on. Wait for the DRS to overtake into turn 3 now. Holding on to the back. DRS now deployed. Battery. Holy cow. Straight line speed. And that should be a clear move done. There is Dex trying to also fight for position. But U60 going to close the door almost. As they head into turn 3. U60 holding position. Great job to defend there. Edge maybe giving a little bit of a bump draft, but actually Fall Bicycle actually getting past Edge there. I didn't notice that actually happen. Let's look back up towards front of the yellow flag, as I believe that is Felix in the wall. I don't know actually what happened there, but we're now gonna hop up with Waif at our top 3 here, who are only separated by a second or so. And I was saying this beforehand, these guys, we're just going to run away with these the podium positions, of course. Another yellow flag behind, as it seems to be Fall Bicycle spun around in Sector 2. I don't know if there's any damage on that car. Hopefully not. That would certainly hurt his race. Gonna hop back on board now with Mirzaki. Prediction is the hard medium, or the medium hard. I feel like most drivers can probably bring this to a one-stop. We're going to hop on board with Waif here. He's going to have DRS. Blitz actually making a pretty big mistake as well now. He falls down quite far, bringing it to only a 2-man fight. Waif setting the fastest lap of the Grand Prix so far, 42.7, only a few tenths faster than Mirzaki. That could be due to the DRS. But I am going to hop on board now with Chonkito, who is side by side still with U60. U60 still there, though. And actually, I don't know who's going to get DRS. U60, though, big mistake. Big mistake from U60. He's in the runoff area. He's going to have to get turned around. Unfortunate from him. And he still gets DRS, though, which will help him out a little bit. But still, sadly for the Ferrari reserve driver, he's going to have to now crawl his way back up. 6 seconds is the gap now to the drivers in front. Another yellow flag as Felix spins around as well on the exit of turn 2. Hopping back up now with Waif and Mirzaki. Actually, no offense to you two, I'm going to hop back with Edge and Dex. There's a 3-way fight here for P4. The last of the people who couldn't make it on the podium. Sorry, everyone. Now watching Edge. Oh, hitting the wall, though. I don't know if he got any damage from that. Hopefully not. So that'll certainly bring an end to his race. I'll have to have a little look and see. I don't think so. I don't know. Nothing noticeable, at least. He is on those hard tires, so hopefully they will help him out a little bit. At least for race strategy-wise, it will. Now, looking at the back of Chonkito in front of him, he's going to get the DRS, but will he be able to get the position on Chonk here as they make their way up on the straight? DRS now open, flying down the streets of Baku. What? Is there going to be a late-braking move, or is he just going to stick behind? He's just going to stay behind, of course, on the hard tire, on the better tire, longevity-wise. So hopefully he can make it last. Hopefully he can make it and I guess out-strategize his opponents. Of course, being the highest up of the hard runners, every other hard runner is a little bit further back. People actually already have pit. Felix and KMYT Kid both in the back of the pack, of course. So they just finished this race. They are guaranteed points, so not too worried from either of them. But we are going to stay on board with Edge now. Actually, we're going to hop up with Waif as he's actually going to lose DRS. No, sorry, he's still well within DRS of Mirzaki leading the pack. Hopefully he's going to be able to hold on as they now make their way through Castle, hitting the wall. Little tap of the wall. Waif almost making a mistake. These cars look so slippery because they have no grip. Of course, the low wings mean you just gotta kind of go-kart it through the corners. You're just kind of drifting. Yellow flag behind, as I think that is Felix driving slowly again. Lock up, big lock up from Waif as he needs to hopefully get into the DRS detection zone. Stay within a second. Hopefully he can do it. It's coming up soon. So let's see. He's not going to get the DRS there. So now we're going to cut back with Edge. 8 tenths. 7 tenths now, the gap to Chonkito. 8 tenths now. So he's following pretty closely behind. He is going to get DRS here as he did pass the detection point beforehand. So will he be able to make any moves here? Chonkito looking to be a little bit slower, looking to be a little bit more vulnerable on the straight. Can he do a Piastri-esque move from his win here in 2024? Of course, Piastri's 2025. He doesn't want to talk about that, but can Edge possibly do it? Looking McLaren 5-6 right now, looking very, very good. But of course, Chonkito feeling a little bit of pressure. He does have these two McLarens very, very close behind him. At the moment, this is the only close battle on track. Hopefully, it'll last for a little while. We can get some. We can milk this for some content, maybe. So he's still very close. And again, on the hard tire, he's not pushing fully, I don't think. Because he doesn't want to kill these tires. He doesn't want to hurt it. I'd say now the medium runners are going to start feeling a little bit of tire wear, feeling a little bit of heat getting to the tires. But actually now, Blitz seems to be making a lot of mistakes, as now Chonkito is pulled up and actually caught Blitz almost. There's only 1.1 seconds between them. That's definitely going to be a track limit there for Edge, as he really greedy over the curb there, almost into the wall of the castle, but he avoids it pretty well. Tapping the wall again as Felix is stopped on circuit, it seems. Not sure what's happening. We're going to have a look. He has spun again. Hopefully no more localized yellows, so there's no BSC. But yeah, continuing to watch this fight now. Chonkito, Edge, and Blitz. This is for the last podium position between these three. They're the only two on track that are really close. Actually, I lied. Sorry. Forrest away. Waif is actually right on the tail of Mirzaki and within DRS. I don't know what happened to Mirzaki, but I think he's going to have to pit here, as I don't know. There is some front wing damage on that Red Bull. He's going to do well to stay under the speed limit. But I assume he has, yeah, he is missing his front left end plate. So, and he's actually not going to get the wing change. So, changing tires not at the wing, that's going to ruin Mirzaki's race now. But anyway, now, sorry, cutting back to Force the Waif, Blitz, and Edge. Blitz, Edge, and Chonk, who now see themselves in a possible position for P2 and P3. As Edge actually now, I didn't realize, actually got past Chonkito, I think, on the main straight, as we were too busy watching Mirzaki's pit lane shenanigans. But yeah, Edge getting closer and closer to Blitz. Blitz, I don't know what happened with him, but he's just losing a little bit of pace. I don't think there's any damage on that Ferrari. But, and also seeing Chonk now also falling away from Edge, as he's certainly just kind of struggling there. Mirzaki now also losing a lot of time to Dex, but U60 now I think slowly but surely reeling Mirzaki in. Of course, Mirzaki in on those cold, hard tires. They're not going to be fired up yet, but also that front left end plate missing. It's not going to help him, even though he is catching decks, which could be telling us something else. Maybe Dex also having some troubles as well. I don't think so, though. But Mirzaki really going fast, even with that broken wing. And he's actually going to be even faster on the straights now, even with that broken end plate. Great job. I may have jinxed it. Mirzaki actually looking faster now with the wing damage than he did before. I might be wrong, though. Of course, maybe it might get worse as the race continues. And also, he's on fresh, brand new, hard tires. Let's see if Mirzaki's going to hunt them down. There's a fight. There is a pass for the lead now in front, as I believe that is Dex that goes into the pit lane. Let's have a... No, it is Waif who enters the pit lane to go onto the hard tires. They're already onto their second pit stop blitz as well. The top three from previous are now leaving the pit lane. As Edge, of course, starting with a hard tire, he's going to be able to stay out for quite a good bit on those hard tires. I would say lap 10, lap 12 even, he'll be out. Of course, then he'll have a nice little medium stint, maybe even a double medium stint until the end of the race. He could be in a great position here to win this race, even from, I believe it was P8 on the grid. Doing a great job here as Chunkito, but still, the Chunkito still within range to attack. Then Mirzaki, of course, with the wing damage, actually is catching decks at quite a significant rate. So, but now actually going to hop back to U60, chasing his teammate here, which I don't think is actually going to happen, as U60 on those old mediums, blitz on the brand new hard tire. Anyone else close? Mirzaki now, actually within striking distance on Dex. He's gonna have a little tap of the wall, very close. Mirzaki pushing the absolute living shit out of this car as he's now going to make his way onto the main straight. Let's see. Dirty air is going to be trouble here for Mirzaki, especially with this broken front wing. He's going to have some horrible dirty air, almost running a little bit wide there, but here he goes now. Not even burning ERS, just waiting, sitting, waiting to get the overtake done. Dex now going to hop into the pit lane as Mirzaki gets the overtake cleanly done onto the straight. Chunkito also going to hop into the pits as well. Change over to a new, what I would assume is a fresh set of hards here. No, Chunk actually opting for the medium tire, so doing the opposite of what I believe Edge is doing, where Edge is going to do the hard, medium. Chunk going to opt for the medium, hard. So he will have that slower tire at the end, which typically is not a traditional strategy in F1. You kind of want to finish with the fastest tire that you have in your arsenal. But I know Chunkito, and I know that he can be rapid at times. So we'll have to keep our eye out for him. Of course, in a possible podium position at the moment. Mirzaki, though, really flying with this broken wing. I guess maybe it's just not that much of an issue, of course, but a little bit of understeer catching him out could spell disaster later in the race if he doesn't expect it and cannot save the car. Of course, there's not much that you can do about that. Maybe he will change his wing next time he goes in, but I'm not sure. Okay, here we are still racing here in Baku as we're going to actually hop on board with Edge, as Edge actually, they're pretty close, only 3 seconds now separating Edge and Mirzaki. Mirzaki actually has him in his sights, but you know who else has someone in their sights? Mr. Forced Away. Or them. I don't actually know if it's a guy or a girl, so I will not assume as to be politically correct. But Forced Away now has Mirzaki in his sights, in his scope. He can see Mirzaki down the field. He knows Mirzaki is struggling, except because that end plate is broken. Forced Away actually taking the fastest lap of the Grand Prix, improving on his previous fastest lap, and seeming like he's here to play. He's telling Mirzaki, hey, don't let up, man. If you do, then this could spell disaster in this race. But Forced Away now actually losing quite a significant amount of time on Mirzaki since the beginning of this sector. But we're going to see now as we get into the more aero-heavy section of the track, which is the middle sector. Maybe Waif with no wing damage will actually be a little bit faster than Mirzaki, who has, of course, wing damage. But apparently in front, it does not matter. And I understand Edge is on old tires, but it seems to not matter, as Mirzaki still just blitzing Edge, absolutely blitzing him. As he might even be within DRS by the end of this lap. He is absolutely flying here today. This is certainly a driver of the day deserving performance if he can do it, doing all this with wing damage. Absolute legend here today around the Azerbaijan circuit. Sorry, the Baku City Street Circuit. Is the actual name of the track. And now Mirzaki actually within DRS, yellow flag in sector 2, as it seems KYT Kid actually in the wall in the castle section. No, sorry, at the end of the castle section. But now we're gonna cut back. Here Mirzaki now slipstream, DRS, no front wing. And this isn't even talking about the new regulations in F126. He just has no front wing. And he is still blitzing everyone behind him, in front of him, around him. Anyone on circuit, Mirzaki is faster than them, despite not having fastest lap. Blitz now, actually setting the fastest lap, faster than Forced Away by 3/10. Great lap from him, but Mirzaki now gonna try and make the move. Easy peasy lemon squeezy for Mirzaki as he makes his way down to turn 3. Great overtake by him now, and we're just gonna watch as this gap goes 5/10 into 6, 7, 8, and just, yeah, he's gone. He is completely pulled away. KYT Kid now hopping into the pits for what I can only assume to be a wing change, as actually gonna retire from the session as he gets a 10-second penalty for speeding. So don't understand why you retire from a race that you're guaranteed points, but whatever you feel is necessary, you do it. Go ahead. Hopping on board now, U60, sadly down in P8 as he had a late pit stop there. Anyone else close together? Let's see. Waif slowly catching Edge, who I feel will probably pit before they get a chance to do any racing. I would say give it lap 10, lap 12, Edge will be in the pit lane. And then he's going to get the strap on. Or maybe he does a double hard stint. I don't know. He could do hard mediums. He can do 10 laps in the hards and then another 10 laps in the hards. So, will not leave him out. I expect him to maybe pit this lap, actually. That's my prediction. I expect him to pit. I'm not sure, though. No, he's not. He's going to keep out on these tires. Maybe going to try for the one stop. Maybe waiting for a safety car. Although there is a lower amount of people, I say the risk of a safety car is probably quite low. But what I do notice is U60, I think, is slowly gaining on Fall Bicycle. No. But Waif definitely is gaining on Edge now. I guess you can say he is edging ever closer to Edge in front of him as they continue to do battle around Baku. Blitz also slowly catching Waif. Blitz has been slowly cutting into that gap. I'm lying. Never mind. Has actually been losing time. So at the moment, predicted podium will be Mirzaki, Waif, and Blitz. As maybe Edge, if something miraculous happens with his strategy. I don't really know what he's doing. I also don't know how long the pit lane is. So he may lose a lot of time when it comes to pit here in the short moment. I have no idea when he's going to, but Waif could be daring. He could try and go for the overtake in turn 14, but he's not. Just recharging battery, just sitting behind Edge, because he's in no rush to really go anywhere. Of course, Mirzaki is quite far ahead, and actually this is going to slow him up quite a bit because he's unable to really overtake through this sector. But let's see what Force the Waif can do here. He's going to get some nice slipstream from Edge in front, but also dirty air, of course, as now slipstream, DRS, fucking throw everything at him. Gonna move to the left, and clean overtake done on the McLaren driver in front of him there, as he's just gonna continuously pull a gap. Edge, however, is gonna probably get DRS on the next straight as long as he doesn't lose enough time, so he could have a chance to counterattack and possibly come back at Mirzaki. Or, sorry, come back at Forced Away here. We're going to have a look from the rear camera on the Mercedes. Will Edge be able to do anything? Can he do anything, or is he just going to be stuck back there? Yeah. looks like he is just going to be stuck back there as now I'm out of people to watch. The U60, as I had said previously, was closing the gap to Fall Bicycle. He is now. As now he actually is catching him. So great job from U60 to hopefully scrounge up some more points around at round 3 of this of the IRL season. We're running out of things to say. We're about halfway through the race now. And again, predicted podium, Rizaki, Waif, and Blitz is who I think will be the top 3 finishers today. Edge, you really need to pit, brother. You gotta hop into the pits, man. Before it's too late. You gotta do it. I'm sorry to say it. But you can hear me. You need to pit, unless you want to go on softs at the very end of the race. You're not gonna be able to do this any much longer, mate. Or you'll have to do a hero stint on the medium tires, and I don't know if you really want that to extend those mediums longer than they want to be. Let's see. Seems like he's driving left side. I think he is not going to pit still. So choosing to stay out on those tires again. I want to know what tire, what his tires are on, because that's fucked. Hey, I've never. This is 13 laps now around Baku. Half of the race driven on the hard tire. Maybe hoping for a safety car. Maybe hoping for something to happen. Who knows? I'm gonna hop back with U60 as he's slowly but surely catching Fall Bicycle in front of him. Of course, both on the hard tires. U60 might be looking to actually extend these tires to the end of the race. Hopefully he can, because that'll really help him. I guess increase his position here in the track. Again, I don't know what the pit lane times are like, but actually, what looks like Blitz now was steadily catching Edge. Never mind. I go to say something and immediately I'm proven wrong. I was going to say Blitz was catching him and now he's not, but now the gap has went from 2.4 to 1.6 in the series of like 4 corners. Blitz is blitzing the field right now. Not blitzing the field, but like blitzing on the track. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. I'm running into things. He's done a great job here to hopefully get back on the podium. Take the podium away from Edge, who seems to be doing pretty good so far this race, but just the strategy is what's confusing me a little bit. So Blitz now gonna try and make the overtake now. Should be easy peasy lemon squeezy. However, he does have no ERS, so depending on Edge's ERS level, he has more ERS, so despite the DRS, Edge may be able to stay defending from him, even though he's not going to burn anything. He's just going to recharge his battery. And Blitz actually has none left. So I don't know if was there a late breaking move. No. But now Edge possibly going to be able to re-overtake here, as he has quite a lot of battery, and he's going to have DRS. And Blitz, of course, having little to no battery. So let's see. Can Edge possibly make a move? It doesn't look like it. He's a little bit too far back. He's also not burning. He's just kind of sitting behind. He understands where he is right now, and he understands that he's in control of his own destiny. Blitz with a little snap there on the exit of turn 3. Not what you want to see there. Shout out Kazu for that. But Edge doing a great job at controlling his pace. Chunkito now actually really catching Edge here. I guess you could, again, like I said, edging closer and closer to Edge. Getting closer. I gotta check my phone for a moment. Again, running into things to say slowly. I'm gonna check the Twitch chat. Let's see if anyone is hanging out in there. Let's have a look. Let's see. Just catch up with everyone. Have a little look. Alright, everyone, give me one. Alright, hello. Yeah, Miyazaki is very much gone. He's been gone. Doing a great job so far to control this race up at the front. 2.6 seconds. Now the gap to everyone behind. 2.8, almost 3 seconds now Amazing job from him. Absolutely controlling this race. Again, he has my vote for driver of the day. Don't really know who gets to pick that, but he definitely gets it. Anyone else close? Yellow flag, as I think that's U60. He is now in the wall and gonna really do well to spin those tires up and get them quite hot. Missing an end plate now. Ooh, hitting the wall again, almost crashing again. Oh my goodness, U60. Be careful there, son. He's gonna have to now stick on probably the mediums, or probably if he has another set of hards, he's gonna have to go with those. But oh my goodness, almost into the wall again. They get on the pit limiter now, and this race looks pretty much over for the Italian driver here. Thank you for the follow, Chippy. Welcome to the stream. I just saw the notification come up in chat. No wing change for U60. Maybe following in Mirzaki's footsteps with choosing to ignore the wing damage. Yes, Dan, Mirzaki does still have wing damage and doing a really good job at managing it and not you know, losing sight of what the goal of this race was, which is to win. But he is losing a bit of time now to way behind, which certainly could be a concern. He's actually going to enter the pit lane now as Waif is going to follow him in. Wonder, will Mirzaki get a wing change now? No, certainly not going for it. Just going to get a tire change. He's going to leave the pits. And no gain, no loss for the Red Bull driver. But this is certainly going to be a fun fight to watch, as Edge still has not pitted. Edge still out on those medium tires. I wonder if we're going to get a puncture before the end of this race from Edge. He's absolutely dragging these tires so far. I've never seen this. Yellow flag, sector 1, as it seems there's been a little bit of an incident. Chunquito possibly making contact with Dex there. I don't know, but big wing damage for Chunquito. This is gonna hurt him really badly. Another yellow flag for what I believe is U60 again in the wall. Even more wing damage for that Ferrari. Wing is left and right flying everywhere. Chonk's gonna have to pit now and definitely gonna have to repair his wing after an incident like that. You see no front wing there at all. That's at least yellow, or that's at least red on the or orange on the left side, and a little bit of yellow to on the right side. So hopefully he'll be able to fix that out. But yeah, Edge going for quite possibly the most fucked one stop I've seen ever. If he can make it work, I'm gonna applaud this man. But as it stands, if he pits, he will come out P5, because I know Chonk has to pit now. I'm gonna have a look at Dex too, because I'm wondering if Dex has any damage in the car, because he was also there when Chonk did get that wing damage. No damage on the car for Dex, so looking pretty good. As U60 now actually out of the race, we're gonna get a full course yellow. Edge just missing out on the pit lane. Unfortunate from him, meaning that he now has to do a full lap. U60 out of this race as he's gonna DNF. So unfortunate for the Ferrari driver. Dan, I think there's a bit more of a red wing from U60 now. I think he's got a red car. He had one before as a Ferrari, but like you know what I mean. Edge now leading this pack. He is gonna have to pit, but he's not gonna lose that much time in the pit lane, of course. But he got very close to making this one-stop strategy work. If he had just gotten there on time, he's gonna have a set of mediums now. Oh, this is gonna be great. Oh, it was a sorry, I lied. It was a virtual safety car. So now Edge continues to lead us around here, as Mirzaki now actually within DRS on Edge. Again, he's gonna have to pit soon. There's no way that this car is comfortable to drive. I don't know if I think Chonk was able to pit. He is now out on the hard tires. Fall Bicycle also was able to pit. Only 8 people remaining in this race. But now Mirzaki, you can see him there. He is hunting. He is hungry. He wants this position from Edge here. And I wonder, Edge is going to have to make a call here soon. He's going to have to pit. He's going to have to stop and throw on some new tires. 8 laps to go here in this race. The mediums can definitely make it 8 laps comfortably. So, but it's about, will he be able to catch the drivers that are behind him? He's going to be able to... is he going to pit? Or is he not? He is going to pit now this time, I think. Finally, Edge is going to hop into the pit lane as Waif and Verzaki now close, side by side, or sorry, nose to tail onto the straight. These guys now really fighting for position here. There was a big gap before, now there isn't. Verzaki maybe feeling the effects of that front wing damage now, as Waif has none of his own now. Even though he will get a little bit more straight line speed because of that, so hopefully he can keep Waif at bay. Waif, honestly, probably just going to want to sit behind and hang out behind him, but of course the dirty air going to be damaging those tires. It's really tit for tat. If you want to, you can hold position behind, but you're going to have to deal with the dirty air affecting the tires. Verzaki getting a little wide, a little shaky there, tapping the wall. And now, a little lockup again from Verzaki. We're just going to hop on board with Waif to watch this battle from the back as these two now fighting for the win of the race. 8 laps to go here around Azerbaijan, as we're almost finished here today. Great race so far. Very, very fun. I haven't actually watched F1 in a while, so it's great to, or at least watch the F1 game in a while. So it's very, very fun to get back into this and start commentating again. Hello, chat, by the way. In case you don't know, I'm Andrew. I'm an admin in IRL. Used to run the tier 2, used to commentate a little bit, but no one was available today, so I am here to take up my duties as a commentator part-time. And I might come back. If 2 likes and I come back. I'm kidding. No. We still have Force the Wave, Verzaki setting the fast lap of the Grand Prix, 42.0. Great time from him. 4 seconds off his qualifying pace. Blitz now. Keep going even faster as he's still quite far behind. Edge slowly gaining on his teammate. Those fresh mediums are going to do him really well, but now Waif with the DRS. Dex now also going to hop into the pit lane. He's actually going to come out behind Chonk, I believe. Or maybe just behind. We're going to watch Chonk to see, of course, Waif, Verzaki, they're going to the middle sector. He's not going to be able to get even close. We're not going to talk about the crotch cam. The crotch cam did not happen. That was on my own personal stream. That was on IRL stream. There's a car on the wall. It looks like to be Felix, who is lapped, so he's not going to be in the way of anyone because he will be ghosted. But we are going to watch as Chonk does get past Dex, but just barely. Dex now going to maybe come back and try and fight here now as Chonk's going to try and close the door. They're side by side in the braking zone. A little bit of contact. Rubbing is racing, of course. Dex now ahead at the apex. Chonk trying to slip through. Great racing here. Oh my goodness, I haven't seen anything like this in a while. Still side by side. Chonk, late on the brakes, gonna get through. Chonkito, give him his flowers. Great defense, and actually a broken front wing from Dex, so... And I don't think that was on Chonk at all. Give him his flowers. Chonkito, amazing defense to hold the position. Amazing job to get past Dex. Even though Dex on the fresh medium tires, he can hold them off. His hards are warmer. I'm not talking about the crotch cam moment, mate. But Chonk, great job there from him. The U.S. driver, of course, doing an amazing job to hold on to his position in this race, even after a few incidents and a little crash there that caused him to lose his front wing. Now Dex gonna have the DRS though, so we're gonna see what happens here. Let's check. Chonk's ERS level's looking pretty good. Dex is not looking as good, so Chonk may be able to defend here. Let's see now. Dex, DRS in hand. He's gonna be flying. Gonna shake to the right. Door's gonna get closed. Chonk defending great there. Just parking the car in the middle. Can't make anything happen. Chonkito gonna open the door for him and actually gonna let him go around the side. Very untraditional line there from Dex. He has the DRS now though, as Chonkito goes a little bit too defensive. Side by side still now. Heading into the braking zone, turn 3. Chonkito late on the brakes. Chonk trying to hold on. Dex into the wall. as Chunquito still holds onto that position. Great racing from the two of them here. I don't think there was any contact that actually caused that collision of the wall, but good job there to hold position. We're gonna stay on board with Dex and Chonk, as they're the only two actually close fighting here. But great racing for these two. Very respectful, as Rizaki now clearing the field by about a second and a half, which is just amazing job from him to stay in control of this race. Again, even with that front wing damage. 6 laps to go. Dex probably going to get a track limit there, running a little bit wide out of the castle section. And Dex just losing pace, slowly losing a little bit of confidence in the car. Because of what I assume to be that front wing damage, of course, not going to have the turn-in that he would like to have. Yeah, he's still pretty close to Chonk, though. 7/10 is the gap. He will be able to try and possibly shake for a move into turn 1. I don't know exactly if it's going to be close or not, but 8/10 now. Lots of battery to deploy. He's dumping everything that he has. And what it seems to be fall bicycle in the wall, but we're going to cut back now to Chunquito, to Dex. Dex going to the right side, late on the brakes, trying to cut him off. Still side by side, kind of. Oh my god, we're axle to axle racing. And Chunquito does a great job again to defend. No one gets DRS. Fuck you. No one gets it. They were even into the DRS zone. But now Dex, with the extra ERS management, still side by side. Chonk to lock up. Great defense there from Chonk. Again, just kind of using his car to block. Not really on purpose. They were just side by side. There's not really much you can do there. There's not a lot of overtaking room. So, you know, rubbing is racing. This is fair racing. I don't think that there's anything that anyone can really do there to avoid anything. It's just that's how it's gonna go. Again, Dex, great job. Yeah, yellow flag up ahead, as it seems to be a little bit of debris possibly in the castle section as someone hit the wall. Be watch out for the front wing there, as Felix has a little bit of damage, it seems. Dex now kind of losing a bit of pace, falling off the rear bumper of Chonk, but now is able to get a little bit closer. These two, I feel, will be duking it out until someone's either in the wall or someone is able to run away. Or even to the end of the race. I think they're going to keep going. It does seem to be a little bit overcast. I don't think there's any rain forecasted for this race. There's still some pretty blue skies out there. But Dex going to have the DRS again. No battery, however. So it's kind of going to be moot. I don't even know if Chonk has so much battery, and he's just not burning it. He's just letting Dex get closer and closer, of course. But Chonk, with the battery advantage, he's going to be able to do as much as he wants. Stark Diaz, thank you for the follow. Sad you couldn't make for the race today. Unfortunate. But now, going to keep watching Dex, as he's going to keep getting closer. Let's see. Can he finally make the move stick on Chonquito? No. Very late on the brakes. Oh my goodness, they are nose to tail here. We're actually going to hop up over Chonk, and we're going to watch from the rear view camera. Let's just see how close Dex can get throughout these laps. Let's see how he can, or if he can even get close at all. Dirty air, of course. But now Rizaki going to come across and start the 23rd lap of this race. Chonk seeming to be struggling a little bit. I don't know if it's the hard tires they should be wearing at this point. Of course, we saw Edge stay out for like an eternity on those hard tires, and he's going to make the one-stop work, it seems. Edge doing a great job right now. His pace has been great this entire race, and he's been able to hold on even on those 16-lap old hard tires. So great job from him. As now we're watching Dex still gaining on Chonk, but there's a 1 second gap now. I don't know if they're actually going to be able to have the DRS now. I think it's over. I think this battle may be over. Chonquito finally escapes the grips of FFS Dex around the Baku circuit. I believe to be, unless anything else happens, I think this is going to be our finishing order. XV Felix putting on the soft tires. Hopefully, maybe try to go for a fastest lap attempt. If he gets close enough to bicycle, he will be able to get some DRS. So that'll actually definitely help in his efforts to get fastest lap around here. So we'll just have to see what everyone can do. Oh my goodness, Dex! He's back, and better than ever now. He's closer. I didn't even realize that he's right next to Chonkito. I don't know what happened. What happened to Chonk? How did he lose all that time? He has a full battery. He's not burning anything. Burn your battery, motherfucker. Use your battery. You got a guy behind you. Sorry about that, to dip for a little bit there, but, oh, Chonkito, big lockup now into there. I think this may be able to allow Dex to get back into DRS here. This battle is not over. Chonkito, you may have won the battle, but did you win the war? Here we go. I believe for these guys, it's 3 laps of racing left. They were not lapped by the front runners. Oh, big hit into the wall. Poor Dex. Does he escape that with no damage? No, he doesn't. Front wing damage, double front wing damage on both sides now. But that just means more fucking straight line speed. So, hopefully, I don't know why that was the most unnecessary fuck ever, but I'm saying anyway, as he will be able to get the DRS yet again on Chonkito. Just, oh my goodness, no traction on those mediums. The mediums may be starting to get cooked a little bit. I do see the lack of traction is certainly not nice, but able to keep the gap relatively steady at 6/10. So not losing, not gaining. Never mind, now losing. The front wing damage now is certainly going to hurt. Having it on both sides. It doesn't only affect one type of corner. It affects all corners now. Anytime you turn, you're just going to have understeer and more understeer. And Dex still actually rubbing against the wall on every single straight. I'm not sure why he's doing that, or if he's trying to purposefully destroy his car or not. But now, oh, just narrowly avoiding an accident into the castle section. He's gonna need some toilet paper there. Running a little bit wide again. I must go non-verbal for a moment. Give me 1 second. And now, I keep watching Dex as he's now about 4 seconds off the back of Chonkito. Seems like this race may now be over, I fear. What's up, Woo? What's up, Shiesty? How you doing, man? Getting some commentary in at Skibidi Toilet Baku. Hi, dude. Realizing, actually, there is still a Ferrari in this race, and he is closing the gap to Waif in the front, I believe. He is slowly but surely closing that. Actually, Waif now able to close that gap a lot to Merzaki. Don't know what happened there exactly, but Merzaki looking a little bit cautious there on the power going onto the straight. 2.4 seconds on the gap. Was 2.7, so onto the last lap of the Grand Prix now. Lap 25 of 26 as Merzaki is going to lead us away on this last lap here. Yeah, Merzaki is cooking for sure. He's doing really good. And now we start our final tour of the circuit. 2.7 seconds is the gap to Force and Wave. Blitz 4 seconds back from Forster Wave. Merzaki tapping the wall a little bit there. A little bit of rub there. No issue though, I'm sure. Hino makes his way down to turn 3. This is just a victory lap at this point. Merzaki, take your flowers, take your trophy, and go home. Amazing job. Amazing drive here today. With wing damage, mind you. The entire time, since his first stint, he had wing damage. And he continues to set the pace. I'm going to jinx him. Little loss of traction out of there, but style points granted. Bow your head to this man. Great drive from the ever-dominant Mirzaki. As we know, 2.4 seconds is the gap behind. I don't think, unless something magical happens, well, certainly not magical, but unless something happens here. Waif now. Actually, Waif is putting on the afterburners now. 2 seconds is the gap. He's absolutely deploying everything just to try and get a chance, but I just don't think it's going to happen. Mirzaki not burning any battery at all. Just playing with his food. As, yeah, Mirzaki does have yeah, you know, he has a Mercedes edge in that car. Yeah, but Mirzaki, amazing drive, dominant drive, no front wing, 2 seconds ahead of everyone, still gaining. Change your name, son. Wash Saki no more. Make that W, Saki. He wins in Azerbaijan. Waif coming home P2. Blitz gonna come across the line. P3 Edge unable to make the able to make the one-stop work. I think improving quite a few positions up now into the P3. Let's have a look at position. Yeah, Edge able to go from P10 to P4 with the one-stop. Great job from Edge there. Yellow flags, I believe, for Felix as he's in the wall at the moment. Chunkido, unfortunate for him, actually able to make up 3 positions and get the P5. Great job from him. Great effort from him in this race as he comes home with a net positive position gain. Dex gaining another, or Dex also gaining 1 position in this race now as he's going to come across the line to finish P6. Fall Bicycle, the only finisher to lose positions. He loses 1 position to finish 7th behind Dex. And Felix, at this point, just bringing the car home. He's been lapped a few times, and he's going to make it back as Dex has actually stopped on circuit. I think he's okay, though. I don't think he actually crashed anywhere, as Bicycle now going to come across the line P7, and Felix is going to round us out with a lovely P8 finish here around Azerbaijan. And again, amazing race to watch. Great fun. Mirzaki getting the win here in Azerbaijan. And let's go to the podium celebrations here around Baku. Lovely job taking a selfie with all of his fans here. A dominant drive from Mirzaki to win this Grand Prix, especially with wing damage. And sorry, there's no spray particles because of my kind of crap computer, so I have to run lower graphics. But amazing drive as we finish up here, Tier 2, Round 3 at Baku. Mirzaki takes the win. Fastest lap goes to Blitz. And Edge, driver of the day. Very, very deserved from Edge, making the one-stop work. So great job from him there. I actually didn't get the qualifying results. So I hope that someone has that. I don't have the times, actually. I have the grid positions are there. I just sent it there. So thank you everyone for joining. I hope I did a decent job commentating. But I'll maybe see you guys again soon. Hopefully I'll be back again. So yeah, have a great week. Happy St. Patrick's Day next week. And take it easy, everyone. So yeah, enjoy your weekend.